Action.
What is going on, people of the YouTube universe? It is I, your fellow homosapien and fellow filmmaker, Dalen Xiong, and this is Cinesection, the place where you and I can hone our filmmaking skills. So, as promised, today we're talking about lenses and how they affect your image. So there's two types of lenses. There's photography lenses and there's cine lenses. Cine, like movies, like cinema, or like cinematography, or cinematration, or cinematization. I think that's a word. I'm pretty sure that's a word. Cine lenses have a D-click aperture range so that you can finely tune your aperture. Also, the focus is a bit different. This is item A and this is item B. Pretend you're trying to rack focus from item A to item B. So imagine I'm pulling focus. The difference between item A and item B on a photography lens can be this much. But on a cine lens, it can be that much. Or like that much. Also, on the cine lens, the focus ring and the aperture ring is geared so that you can pop on a follow focus and it's easier for you to turn and stop doing that. The aperture on the photography lens is measured in f-stops, and on a cine lens is measured in t-stops. So in the lens, there's an iris. It opens to allow in more light, and it closes to subtract light. The lower the f or t-stop, the more open your lens is. And the higher f or t-stop, the more closed it is. So if you have an aperture of f1.4, that's more open than a 2.8. And the more open your lens is, the more depth of field you get. So you get a shallower depth of field with an f1.4 than an f22. The focal length of a lens also affects the look of your image. So your focal length is measured in mm. See what I did there? No? Millimeters? Mm? Okay. Alright. I quit. Your focal length determines how tight or how wide your shot is. The lower the number of your focal length, the wider it is. And the higher the number of your focal length, the tighter it is. So let's do a recap. The aperture is measured in f or t-stops. The lower the number for your aperture, the more light your lens lets through to hit your sensor and brightens up your image. It also causes a shallower depth of field. With a higher number for your aperture, less light is hitting your sensor and it darkens your image. It also causes a deeper depth of field. The focal length is the number in front of the mm, or the mm, or the millimeters. So I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you learned something. Until next time, I'm your fellow homosapien, fellow filmmaker, Dalen Xiong, and I approve this message.
Cut.